Folks, this is the second half of my pro report for April 10th. The first half was the NHL and American Hockey League report. I have to keep these things as short as I can. I have 12 minutes of space available on video, and I ran out of space, so I had to cut this one in half. So I'm going to wrap it up here with the East Coast Hockey League and the Southern Professional Hockey League. The ECHL and SPHL both heading into the postseason, having wrapped up the regular season, this past weekend. And the Federal Hockey League, actually headed into the postseason this past weekend and is heading into the championship. The Commissioner's Cup will begin on the weekend, so we'll give you a little bit of an update on that. But I'm going to begin with the East Coast Hockey League. There are 9 Midwest-based teams in the ECHL. It was a bit of a rough season this year with only 4 making it into the postseason. All 4 of them in the Central Division, a division that was decided before this weekend. I think all the positions were basically clinched, and nobody could really move up or down. The Toledo Walleye had long since clinched the division title. They will head into the postseason beginning on Friday on home ice against the Kalamazoo Wings. They'll play the Wings twice at home. I'll have a little bit of a breakdown, hopefully, on how they've done against each other and things like that for my next report. But for this, just kind of a quick rundown on how things are going to go. Friday night, as I said, it'll be Toledo Walleye hosting the Kalamazoo Wings. That's the 1 versus 4 in the Central Division. The second place Fort Wayne Comets will also start on Friday night, and they'll be hosting the third place Quad City Mallards. So that's the basically the Central Division. One of them teams will move out of the Central and play for the West Conference championship against whoever comes out of the Mountain Division. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But at least one team from the Midwest-based guaranteed of going at least to the Western Conference championship game. A couple of teams that were in the running, they kind of ran out of games, I guess. They were 5th, for most of the final couple weeks, and they just were unable to move any higher. And that's the Cincinnati Cyclones, who were trying to push into the postseason. In the South Division, and the Missouri Mavericks, ironically, the regular season champions just a year ago, this year they failed to make it to the postseason. So a rough finish for both them teams, or a disappointing finish, I guess. The Cincinnati Cyclones headed on the road for a pair on the weekend. They dropped a pair of overtime games. They lost 3-2 at Greenville on Friday night, and then 4-3 at South Carolina on Saturday night. I believe they missed the postseason by 3 points. So just not enough to get them there. They also lost earlier 3-2 at Indy in a shootout. So some of them extra points that got away from them in overtime and shootout come back to haunt them a little bit at the end, I guess. So the Cyclones miss out. Now the Mavericks, they actually had a bit of control here. They moved into the final weekend with a 3-game series, all in Utah, and they trailed the same Utah team by 4, I believe, 3 going into the final weekend. They dropped a tough one in extra time on Friday night and fell 4 points behind. They did manage to win 3-2 on Saturday, got them to within 2, but Utah won the series finale 5-3, moved into the postseason. They'll finish 4th in that division and will move on to play Allen Americans in the opening round of the playoffs. So as I said, the Missouri Mavericks, a bit of a disappointment there for them. They obviously wanted to get into the postseason after having such an amazing season a year ago, hoping for another kick at the at the Allen Americans, who were the team that put them out last year. They probably would have loved to maybe see if they could turn the tables on the Americans this year, who, by the way, they move into the postseason with a really good shot at winning a third straight Kelly Cup. They're a great playoff team, and they're moving in first place in that Mountain Division. One announcement came out of the ECHL, I believe it was just today. The CCM ECHL Rookie of the Year, Tyson Spink of the Toledo Walleye, one of the Spink twins. He actually played 69 games this year, scored 32 goals, 42 assists for 75 points, 1.09 points per game. That's a pretty amazing stat. Actually finished a little bit behind his brother, Tyler Spink, also a rookie, who finished second in the voting for the Rookie of the Year award. Tyler Spink with 28 goals, 48 assists for 76 points in 66 games played. He ended up with 1.15 points per game. But Tyson Spink, the winner of the John A. Daly Memorial Trophy as the ECHL Rookie of the Year. Congratulations on that, Tyson. A great honor. Another player from Wheeling, Kevin Schultz, ended up third in the voting. Schultz, a native of White Bear Lake, Minnesota. And another Midwest-based connection, Mike Cazzola, ended up fourth in the voting. He player for the Fort Wayne Comets. Fifth went to Idaho's Landon Bow. So that wraps up the top five in ECHL rookie voting. And again, congratulations to Tyson Spink. Now, I want to move on to the Southern Professional Hockey League. There are two Midwest-based teams in the Southern Professional Hockey League. Only one will move on to the postseason. The Peoria Rivermen ended up third overall in the SPHL this year. They had a record of 32, 13, and 11 for 75 points. Actually in a tie with the second place Fayetteville Fire Ants, both with 75 points. Fayetteville gets the nod for second place, based, I believe, on more wins. Their record was 36, 17, and 3. So a few more overtime decisions went against Peoria there, but still not a bad position at all. They were the regular season champions a year ago and ended up going all of the way to the championship series, losing the Commissioner's Cup to Pensacola in 3 games. A hotly contested championship from a year ago, and now Peoria will move into the postseason. As I said, they are ranked third. They will begin the postseason against the Knoxville team, and I believe that will also start on Friday night. They'll be playing the Knoxville. The other series, we'll see Fayetteville playing Pensacola. First place Macon will play Columbus, and in the middle series with 4th and 5th, we'll have Huntsville against Mississippi. So that wraps up the SPO. The other team, from the Midwest was the Evansville team. They failed to make it to the postseason this year. The Evansville Thunderbolts, actually an expansion team in the SPHL, ended up the season 14, 32, and 10 for 38 points. They finished along with Roanoke out of the postseason this year. So hopefully they can move up in the standings next year. This year is a bit of a learning curve for a first-year team. So moving on now to the Federal League. The Danville Dashers were the lone Midwest-based representation this year. Port Huron Prowlers and the St. Clair Lake squad both missed out on the postseason this year. Just 4 make it to the first round of the postseason. Danville's actually pushed to the limit. They were the top team in the league. They went up against 4th place Watertown Wolves. They did take the first one in Watertown 3-1, but Watertown pushed it to the limit with a 3-2 win on Saturday. Danville winning a close one Sunday, 3-2, to move into the Commissioner's Cup Championship, where they will face the Berlin River Drivers. Berlin River Drivers. Sorry, Berlin River Drivers. River Drivers were the team that you may remember them as the team Port Huron was trying to catch for that fourth and final playoff spot. Well, not only did Berlin River Drivers win enough games to hold on to that fourth place spot, they moved all the way up to second place. In that league, you actually get 3 points for a regulation win. So they took advantage of that, moved all the way up to second place, and then handled the Danbury Titans with a 3-2 win in Danbury to open the series, and then the next two would have been in Berlin. They only needed one. They took the Saturday game 4-2, and that puts them into a best-of-5 championship for the Commissioner's Cup Championship in the Federal Hockey League. That will begin on, let's see, just trying to get caught up here while we're talking. I got 2 minutes on this. The Dashers will actually play host game one on Tuesday night. So tomorrow night, April 11th, game one in Danville. Game two will be Wednesday night. So the first two through the week, and then on the weekend, Friday and Saturday in Berlin. And if needed, a fifth and deciding game in a best of five. This championship series is a best of five that will be in Danville. If it goes the limit, it'll go Wednesday, April 19th. So good luck to the Dashers, the lone rep for the Midwest, as they try to match Port Huron, who won the championship there for the Midwest last year. The Danville Dashers looking to hoist the Commissioner's Cup, beginning, as I said, tomorrow night on home ice. So that wraps up the pro report. I am going to push the junior report till tomorrow. The ECHL and USHL are beginning postseason play this weekend. Everybody else is pretty much wrapped up, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Thank you, and like, subscribe if you like this video. Appreciate all the support. Thank you.